I'm in there.
The no smile Daffy Duck zip zap zop challenge.
That's what we're doing, Daffy Duck for sure. The Goblin.
Me first or you first? Oh man, he failed
You
already.
already lost.
We didn't even start.
Taking it out! Ouch. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, listeners. Jesus.
That's our cold open.
Oh my God.
LMAO.
I know.
Dragon Tales, time for blood magic rituals. We jump in and lend a hand. Now we can go restore the land.
That was amazing, actually. Hello, dear spirits. This show is for a more hallowed haven for all the spooky ghouls and young kids at home. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello, I am your lovely spacefaring dungeon master Jericho Dizon, and I have a player in the cosmos.
What's up, fam? My name is Paul Zachariah, and I'll be playing Mr. Hall, a Gestalt warrior.
And I have the player. Player in the stars. It's been a while. It has been a while.
Is this really for kids? You just said this was for kids.
Not for kids. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm working on it.
It's
been
that's fine. But
People lie sometimes.
That's so true.
We lie.
Great
Yeah.
murder.
My name is David Kessler, and I play Durgash the Cursed.
Wow. And together, we'd like to welcome
We
you
would
back.
like to welcome
You back to the
you
fun
back
show.
to the fun
where
show
we're
making
it up
as we go.
That's
That's the fun
show. Last time on an Odyssey by Magic, we found ourselves in a royal challenge. Serenesis vying for the position unwillingly for Dragon Mother against her own actual mother. As the fight ensued, a couple people fell into the pits of lava, a couple drop kicks, a couple card games were played, a couple
they didn't have railings. It was a safety. There's
Safety hazard
concerns all around.
a couple bets were placed, and one unfortunate porcelain artist had their things broken and destroyed multiple times. It wasn't until the final striking blow from Serenesis to her own mother, Etheria, where she started to take all the hate and all that rage and hateful magic from the world of Phenaxum. It wasn't until the bright and cunning Mr. Hall jumped in, trying to quell and try to give a sliver of a chance for Serenesis to not only survive, but Durgash also
No, don't give in.
stepped in. However, in a very different fashion, as one ashed away, the other gained a new weapon full of hate. We take ourselves now to a little bit after. We understand that Skeeve is on the medical bed. He's been better. He's seen better days.
I'm pretty sure I just cast like healing magic.
He cast
on him.
life transference.
Yep.
You did cast life transference, but that I don't think that regrows limbs. So
No, it probably does not. No,
helped
did he
him.
lose one of his?
He lost 2 arms.
No,
Yeah,
Skeeve
lost.
He can't
2
even use
arms.
those guns now.
Yes. But with that, you guys are kind of at it for a very rare point in time, a calm space. There's no running to be had. You guys are in a fairly secure place, and there's no one that seems to be chasing you. Serenesis kind of takes you guys to the side and says, feel free to recover and recoup your wounds.
What happened, Skeeve?
Skeeve coughs and goes, the house won.
No. Someone came to collect their debts?
Skeeve does not. I'm going to go ahead and roll a history check. Skeeve is in pretty bad shape.
I help him.
You help.
And I cast guidance. I slap him on the ass.
I will allow you to cast guidance. I will not allow you to help only because you were doing something else.
Okay. Well, you add a d6 to that.
That's fair. All right. Let me see. I think he's got like a plus.
History?
Yeah, history. He actually adds a +3 to this.
Damn.
Yeah, he's
16
actually kind
in?
of smart.
Is he like an arcane trickster? Who knows?
Well, he rolled... In total, he rolled a 12. So he actually doesn't remember much. He just remembers... Skeeve kind of confused. The only thing I remember is I was giving covering fire to this kind of weird force, and then I felt a thud on the back of my head, and I woke up here, and I didn't have my... And he, like, waves his nubs, I guess.
Man, so they just like knocked you out cold and plucked your arms off just like that. Sons of bitches.
Skeeve...
We'll get those arms back.
Skeeve gives a kind of like a light smile. It's like, I appreciate it. I just, I took it very into my heart to just try to keep everyone safe, and I'm glad I was able to buy enough time, and
Yeah, you could say you were, well, this might be too soon, but you could say you were hands-on with the issue.
well, I just wanted to give a lending hand, and you just see him like a little bit.
I
of
cast
blood
life transference
gush-
again.
A little blood goes out from like the internal bruising. It's at this moment in time that you guys are kind of reeling. Durgash, you kind of have this new weapon that's like smoking. The hilt is now this corroded black, as the crimson red is more unstable as it waves in your hand. What do you do? What do you guys do?
Well, that is a saving throw that he makes with that. Okay.
Wow.
I think
So
Serenesis walks
insightful.
in and she's like, sick new look for the blade. I love what you done with it.
Thanks. Yeah.
Very sleek.
Yeah.
Does that fit in your hand really well?
Yeah. No, it seems a little more like untamed now.
Oh.
You try to let go of, like, try to put it away, and there is a measurable resistance. It's not like anything where you're like, ugh. It's more just like,
Very subtle.
it's very subtle to where you're like, it feels like putting two of the same ends of a magnet together. Like you can, but they're weak, so you can push them together, but they're still that like, whoa. Serenisa takes a look at it, and as she kind of compliments how it looks, she does acknowledge that I can kind of see some of the magic from Phaenaxum has infected that blade, but I can't tell you what that looks like or anything right now anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't exactly quite know what it is going to mean for me. There was that one outburst, but I don't know. I think time will tell.
There's a solemn nod. It's at this moment in time that Sereni, like, more times passes. Let's say like it was like nighttime now. It's like afternoon when the fight happened. It's now nighttime. It's now supper, dinner. You guys are still kind of just more so. There's a celebratory feast as the new Dragon Mother has been crowned.
I check in with Lilu.
Lilu is okay. She's just a little sad.
Mm-hmm.
There's, as she kind of like, for lack of a better term, she's just throwing rocks off a cliff. You know, there's no lakes here, so it's just like,
yeah,
throwing it off the cliff and just hearing the.
Yeah. I sit quietly for a moment, and I actually start to I pull out some cards, and I cast like magic stone on them, and I hand a couple to her, and I throw a couple myself, and
it's that moment of she's like tossing stones, and you give her this magic stone. She tosses it, but it whips, and you hear like a very loud crack.
Yeah, like I folded the corner of the card so it flies at an angle, and I throw one to meet it in the air, and they collide and they pop.
Yeah, and it's very loud. She goes, "Whoa!" Uh,
That'll happen. That'll happen. Sometimes
that's
the
cool.
noises surprise you.
yeah,
The next one she throws, it pops and it sounds like a.
She kind of laughs a little bit, but a faint smile in almost not like a C, but she's still very distraught.
Oh yeah.
She
I flip a couple more cards to her if they're satisfying for her to throw. Otherwise, I've checked in. I move on.
As you go, you see that she gives a smile and she says, she says thanks, and she kind of asks like, Mr. Hall,
Yeah. What's up?
do you ever miss your old life?
Yeah. If I'm being totally honest, there are a lot of people I loved that I left behind by continuing on. Whether that was Lumos's doing or my own. I didn't really get to choose to come back, but I'm here regardless, and so I make do with what I've got, and I enjoy the time that I spend with all of you guys now.
Yeah, but
I do. I miss them, but I have ways of remembering them, and I show her the tattoos on my palms, and I also
my lore.
yeah. So right now the tattoos on his palms, the two cards, are a 7 of clubs and an 8 of hearts, and I show her some of that magic that my wife gave me by pressing them together, and they glow with this bright white and orange light. As I separate them, it's now a Queen of Spades and a King of Diamonds. This is something my wife gave me, and I gave my wife a magical tattoo as well, and that was the symbol of our bond. And so as long as these are on me, my family is with me. So yeah, I miss them, but I remember the time for what it was, and I'm thankful for where I'm at now.
She smiles. I guess she takes a moment. She's like, in this life, we get choices, and choices are made for us. I don't know. I just wonder to myself sometimes what my life would have been like if this all hadn't happened to me.
That is a very valid thought. Where could you be? You're still young, and so potential is everything you are. And the older you get, you slowly turn that potential into something you've chosen to be.
She takes kind of this seat, and she gives you a big hug, and then says,
I tussle her hair. But she's the same height as me, so
yeah.
reach up a little bit.
As she kind of starts to walk back with you, she asks, like, can you tell me this tale of you and your old adventuring party? And as you guys kind of walk, and you kind of recant this tale about...
So this one time, Mrs. Makami went a little overboard on the experiments, and this one literally blew up in my face. And he flips a card to create a popping sound of a small explosion.
Whoa! And she chuckles and she laughs as you guys kind of move on. As this feast begins to happen, you guys are all eating and kind of sitting around this large banquet table across from each other. And there is toast. There's a little bit of dancing. It's very against, like, they don't celebrate often, but this is something to celebrate about. When there is a new Dragon Mother crowned, that means that they know that there's change coming, because it took, like...
So what I'm hearing is there's a party going on.
It is
somewhere.
a little bit of a party going on.
It's more ceremonial than it is.
It's a little bit of, like...
Body and blood of Christ.
super ceremonial, but everyone's outside drinking a little bit, you know? So it
Have some of the blood magic.
yeah, it's very much like inside, it's very regal, but everyone outside's like smoking and kind of drinking a little bit,
I
just
didn't know
cutting
they were
loose.
chill like that.
They were chill like that.
They were chill like that.
They are, yeah. You could kind of see like there are many officers in like official attire,
Is
but
Steve
you know,
healthy enough to drink right now?
Skeeve is there. Skeeve is
Okay,
drinking. He's in a wheelchair.
I definitely find Steve
He's
somewhere,
drinking.
wherever.
You kind of see that like. There every once in a while, like one guy comes up, like a couple guys come up, and they like hand him like a couple credits, and he kind of his one arm just like kind of brings it in. The other's in a sling, so his one arm's like bringing it in as he just kind of rakes it in a little bit.
Reminds me of like a hungover Jack Sparrow. I love it.
Yes.
Durgash, I think, is kind of at this point maybe a little distant. Like I feel like for Lilu, he definitely has not really been there to see her at this point. And I think even as he's sort of just watching and walking through these crowds, sees Skeeve, pats him on his back, puts down five coins.
Credits, yeah.
Physical coins.
Oh, physical coins. Is that?
Physical
Oh,
coins. Well, that's. I mean, hey, that's all he can use right now. Yeah. There's gonna be a bit of like this distance, like in his mind, and I feel like almost he would go and find Serenesis and be like, I don't know what happened back there in the chamber. Still, it's still on my mind. Everything that I've done, every mistake that I've made, I can say it was my choice. But whatever power I absorbed, I don't like not being in control, at least of myself. It kind of scares me. What if I hurt someone?
You find a moment in time where you kind of like pull her to the side and like kind of walk with her along these grandiose halls. You're starting to see like as you kind of take this moment, you start to see like this as decrepit and militaristic as the place is, there is a little bit of grandeur here. Like you're starting to see a little bit more of like, oh, like instead of it naturally forming this way, you could see that there are magical, like there are certain things where it's becoming a hair bit more regal. Like there's like slight, gentle, like terraforming that's happening. So
Subtle gold trim.
Yeah, a little bit of gold trim. You know, it's getting
brutalist Russian architecture.
Yeah.
Architecture.
Now, instead of the spears that are impaled bodies, now they're bedazzled spears and nothing. She hears you and she understands. She says, the first time that I took a life, it wasn't even my choice. It was a moment, a lapse of judgment where they lunged at me, and when I thought it was over, muscle memory took over, and next thing you know, my blade is dripping crimson. I don't know if that was me. I don't know if that was my mother using her influence, but it scared me too. Over time, as I just kind of continued, I learned and discovered that there will be certain moments where this power, this feeling that you have, it might come to aid you, it might come to disservice you, but the only thing that you can really do is react to it, and if you can, understand. I wish I had the answers for you, but what you guys did was unprecedented. And I'm not even talking about everything that's going on within you with Lumos. I know nothing. I know bits and pieces about that through a prophecy, but as of right now, you're kind of breaking ground here.
I suppose there is always some cost to these things. Say, I remember hearing something about there being like dragons here, and if you kill one, you become stronger. You guys got any extra dragons around?
She kind of chuckles. She says yes. I don't know if there are any more dragons left. Tetsuya, the great dragon, only breeds a couple offspring every once in a while. Granted, these offspring are not your typical. These are more phantasmal than human. I can see about tracking one down for you, but I can't guarantee it'll be anytime soon.
Fair enough.
I mean, I'll have a lot more time on my hands.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Planet bound.
I'm planet bound, so
It's interesting. Just that part of the curse still remains. Are there any other aspects that you feel compelled by?
Honestly, I feel a weird state of peace. There's this hatred in my heart that is not mine, but I know it exists. This want, this will to destroy everything. But then there is the awareness of the big picture, where we are just so small. Puppies. And a little bit of puppies. Space puppies in space.
What about puppies?
No, I don't know. I heard a whisper in my ear and I just felt compelled to say it.
To you.
Just
part
came.
of the curse.
Yeah. No.
Part of the curse.
Yeah, man.
That's actually so funny. Just think about puppies every now and then.
Every once in a while. Every once in a while.
My God.
But the understanding of
Wow.
how little we are in the grand scheme of things kind of puts it at ease almost.
Yeah. It'll be also pretty at ease to not have a giant conglomerate of assassins trying to come and hunt us down.
Well,
Don't.
I haven't heard back from Sister Moldova or Sister Carcinon.
Who are?
Those are you would know that those are the two.
They probably would have.
Those
Those
are
are the other two.
Those other two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those Sister Shadows. The ones that like absolutely hated.
Yeah, the ones that I almost fucking
died.
killed one of those.
It was killed one.
So
Should've
like, are you
died.
saying that they wouldn't respect your authority?
Well,
Yeah, I'm not there.
the thing with this is, at the end of the day, we're a conquesting horde. I can delay it for as long as I can, and they can respect me for as long as I can. But at the end of the day, politics are politics, and action is action. If they choose to do that, they choose to fracture the Order of the Red Daughter. They know me, and they know that I'm not planning on conquering anything anytime soon. So I can't say that they won't splinter off.
I mean, are there any bad guys you could conquer in the meantime?
Well, I could always see about over in Theros the slimy boys.
Just maybe a little redirection of their powerful sharpshooting.
That I can do for sure. I don't want you to worry about the Order. The Order will not come after you.
Okay. If those two do come after me, though, they're fucking
They're
dead.
free
dead.
reign. They're
Yeah.
free reign.
Yeah.
If they choose not to respect my order, then they are excommunicated.
All right.
That being said, she kind of takes you, and as she leans in close, she throws you as you don't even realize you've walked into this pit, and she's like, "All right, let's see what you got." And she like
Oh, fucking
she
shit!
she
You about to spar?
Lands on the ground.
lands on the
my back.
ground. Yeah, you pull out this dark saber, as you go, and you guys end up just sparring throughout the night as she takes her like tiger claws, and as it happens, now a couple days pass. There's a lot of restructuring, reforming. There's a huge amount of ceremonies that have to happen for Serenisa, so she's a little bit unavailable. But she kind of explains to you like, hey, like, don't worry about the Skeet Destroyer. Like, you will have a full crew there. Now there's like a full crew that actually knows fully everything. So now you have the ability. Now that thing has the ability to almost act on its own, which is very good for you guys. So while you're at a location, you can repair. You can kind of fix the damage that has been done to the ship that has happened from previous encounters / missions. Right now, your ship is in good shape. We can do that. You can upgrade. You can spend 100,000 credits to get better equipment for the ship and party. The keyword is and party for there. You can defend. You can ward off potential factions to provide a safer time within certain locations. AKA, a faction will not be able to attack you. So, for example, if you say, I don't want the heroes trademark faction to come after me, this Skeet Destroyer will ward against it. They essentially not allow those kind of factors to come into play wherever you are. Okay. And then lastly, and this is more of the fun one, is attack. You can have the Skeet Destroyer kind of raid a certain faction, whatever faction you want, and then we'll just roll and we'll add proficiencies and see how it goes. And then depending on how successful you are, how fail you are, you come back with damage / money. So this is something that just like a one-er-doner in passing. It's not something that you guys necessarily have to go on. This could also be considered a downtime activity if you just like go and raid and stuff and do things like that. It's very, very simple. The point of it is just so that the Skeet Destroyer has something to do while you guys are on base, on location.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then wait, so has this planet become a base of operations?
It is a base of operations for you guys. So this is a place that you can
we got a planet.
You guys have a place where you guys can kind of hang out. Like you don't like this place is like there were neutral planets, and then there are planets that are deferred to you, and then there are planets that are against you. You know. Okay. So. Those are. This one is like you come here, no one's gonna bother you. Like this is it's like it's suicide for them to come after you. Such a war, like a war formed like faction, especially.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hold. Just do it for me. So something that I wanted to go over, just because the curse thing here, it's a little murky. Like. Just because, like, when you say, all right, a couple days have passed, just, like, straight up, it's, if I roll the lowest number, if I roll a 1 on that D4, I have 4 days, bare minimum, every 4 days, I will rage out, and then...
No. So, the way it works is, each day, you start with with these curse marks. So, it's 1. So, let's say you roll today. Right? You roll today. You rolled a 1. So you have 2.
So it resets.
Resets every day.
Oh, okay, God.
So it resets every day unless you fail.
Unless you fail.
So if you fail, you add +3 to the base, but your curse marks get erased. Okay. So you don't keep them. Those curse marks always get cycled in and out. The only thing that will remain is if you fail, that DC will boost 3. So that's right at the end of the day, it's DC. Let's say. You used it twice and you gained 2 curse marks, right?
Yeah.
So now it's